Hey peeps, it's Jedd here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to deal with a completing the square question that we have pulled from the IEB's 2019 supplementary paper. So they've said to us, solve for x by completing the square, leave your answers in terms of a. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write this the way we'd expect a quadratic equation to be written. So it'll be minus 2x, we bring the a across, and that is equal to 0. Now let's pull out a 2. And that's going to be x squared minus x minus a over 2. Why did I pull out a 2? Because I want this coefficient to be 1 so that I can start completing the square. So 2, open big bracket, open up my square bracket. I'm going to take this term and I'm going to square root it, and that's going to give me x. I'm then going to halve the coefficient there, keep the sign, that's going to give me a half. I need to immediately subtract the square of that, so that is going to be 1 over 4. And I've still got the minus a over 2. Big square bracket equals 0. Now I'm going to get rid of that 2 by dividing both sides by 2. So essentially I'm left with x minus 1 over 2. We've got that squared minus a quarter minus a over 2 equals 0. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to move them across. So that's going to leave me with x minus 1 over 2 squared equals, we're going to take those across, so it's going to be 1 over 4 plus a over 2. All right, fantastic. I would like to simplify the right-hand side before I get into the nitty-gritty at the end here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the lowest common denominator, which is 4, so that's going to be 1 plus 2a. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier to work with. What I need to do now is I'm going to square root both sides. The reason is I want to get rid of this square. So when I introduce the square root on the right-hand side, I'm just going to give myself a bit of space here. I've got a plus and minus in front of it. That's so important. Okay, it's really, really important that you get that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase. I'm going to make some space for myself at the top. I hope you don't mind. Remember, you can rewind this video to go back and see what I've done. I'm just going to keep this square here. So those are our last two steps, and I'm going to bring it back up to the top. Right, so now I'll be left with x minus a half, okay? And the square's gone away, so it's going to be plus minus. Remember, I can split that third. I can split the third, so I can split it to cover that as well as that. So I'm going to leave the third at the top, and it's going to be 1 plus 2a over the 4, the square root of 4 is 2. Okay. The last thing I need to do is add add half to both sides. So that would be then x is equal to 1 over 2 plus minus square root of 1 plus 2a over 2. And what's really useful is we can see that this resembles a function or a formula that is sort of crept into our hearts, that quadratic formula, and we can go back to this and see that we've got the right things in the right places. So we know that this guy over here is going to be your minus b squared. So you can plug that back in and just see that everything is working correctly as per the a and the b and the c as per this equation over here. Just go back and have a look, see if it all works out. It's always better to check your answer and get all the marks than to not and risk losing some of the marks that I know you deserve. Very special thank you to our sponsor for making this video possible. Be sure to read all about them in the description below. Also, head over to our website for more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to your question, send us the question. We'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.